Ever since little Adam found out who you were, he hasn't stopped begging me to ask you to come play with him.
Well, I'm flattered.
He's still dealing with the loss of his mom.
Yeah, of course he is. You all are.
Anyway, I didn't mean for my text to sound urgent, so if this is a bad time...
No.
Marissa!
Too late. Hi, little A. How are you doing?
Did you come to play?
Oh, you bet.
Are you sure that it's okay?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. So what do you want to go play?
Come outside.
Sure.
So you are certain that since your separation that Annie has posed a continual threat to Emma?
Yes.
So tell me then, during that time, did Annie ever see Emma, or did you allow her to talk to her on the phone?
With strict supervision, yes.
But still, if she is the danger that you claim that she is, why even let her anywhere near your daughter?
Because she's her mother.
So either you really don't believe that Annie is the insane threat that you say she is, or you're a grossly negligent father for allowing her to be that close to your daughter. Which is it, Mr. Lavery?
Your Honor.
Withdrawn. You also make the accusation that Annie was attempting to kidnap your daughter from the Chandler mansion the night that Stuart Chandler was murdered?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you aware that the police investigation has determined that Annie did not leave the house before the gunshot was heard?
The reason that she was there in the first place was to take Emma.
Oh, you don't believe that she was acting as any loving, concerned parent would, get her child out of harm's way?
No, I don't. She was there to take Emma. If anything, the murder of Stuart Chandler only delayed her getaway.
Of course, that is just your opinion, isn't it, Mr. Lavery? No further questions. I would like to call Adam Chandler to the stand.
She was like an angel from heaven. I was still suffering from some drugs that had been given me, and I was a little confused and frightened. And so Annie took her daughter and me to the attic, to a safe place, until we could be sure that the gunfire was over, and then we could get out of the house in one piece.
So how would you describe her thinking and behavior during this time?
Oh, it was very clear-headed and very protective of her daughter. She was very loving. She didn't want her little girl to get scared.
So there was nothing odd about her at this time?
No, quite the contrary. There was a murderer loose in my house trying to kill me. She kept her cool while I was half mad with fear.
So are you saying that Annie Lavery actually saved your life this night?
Oh, without a doubt.
I do not understand why he's doing this.
I don't know.
Despite today's testimony,
but something's going on.
And the medical evaluations,
he seems really determined.
The court remains unclear on
where she can get off on temporary insanity.
I am ordering additional psychiatric evaluation by a doctor of
not a trial.
The defendant
I
shall
think
be
we all
remanded
agree
to
that Annie needs to be locked up.
The period of time the evaluation
I vote for good.
Your Honor, if I may.
Miss Colby?
I'm sure you have read the report on the cruel and unusual punishment that my client was subjected to during her last stay at Oak Haven by her previous doctor, Dr. Sinclair.
I'm aware of the circumstances, Counselor, but the doctor in question is no longer at the facility.
Yes, but her absence does not remove the trauma that my client experienced. Any evaluation held at that facility would be tainted by the memory of the torture that my client experienced while at Oak Haven.
What is your suggestion?
That she be ROR'd.
Your Honor, the idea that this woman be released on her own recognizance is ridiculous. The defendant is accused of murder, attempted murder, kidnapping, and numerous other violent and nonviolent felonies. If counsel for the defense doesn't want her back at Oak Haven, then she should be remanded back to the county jail.
My client was also viciously stabbed and attacked during her last visit in jail. Any evaluation held there would be no more fair to her than if it was held at Oak Haven.
I'm inclined to agree with the defense on this.
Are you kidding me? What about my daughter, Your Honor?
Your Honor, you can't do this. Annie Lavery viciously attacked me as well as she stabbed me.
The next outburst and you will be in contempt. Am I clear? ROR is out of the question. There's no way I'm allowing her out without bail and a monitoring device. And the defendant has no home. If I were to grant bail, where would your client reside during the evaluation?
She can stay with me, Your Honor. I'd be happy to put up whatever bail the court requires.
Bail in the amount of $1 million is hereby granted for the defendant under the following conditions. An anklet monitoring device shall be affixed to the defendant. She will not be allowed to leave the premises of the Chandler household. And there's one other condition. Mr. Chandler, I understand your grandson resides with you.
Yes, he lives there with my son.
Well, that's not acceptable. There will be no minors living at the residence during the time of the defendant's evaluation period. If you can't accept this condition, then bail will be refused and the defendant will be remanded to Oak Haven for the evaluation period. I'll leave you to work this out with Mr. Chandler and Ms. Colby. Court is adjourned.
Well, thank you for trying. You were wonderful, but somehow I don't think Adam is going to choose me over his grandson.
Well, you may be a homicidal maniac, but you're not as dumb as you look.
Erica, leave her alone.
You'll be back where you belong. And I believe for a very, very long time.
Thank God for you and Adam. You're my last two supporters in this town.
I cannot believe this is happening. Do you think Adam's got this judge in his pocket?
No, he doesn't have the power or the cash these days. No, that was all Liza. Just being her typical manipulative self.
She was pretty good in there today, I gotta say.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but she was a lot better in the courtroom than I ever thought she would
Adam
be.
is doing everything in his power to get Annie declared competent for trial.
But there is no way in hell that Adam is going to push out JR and his little grandson from the mansion just so that Hannibal Lecter's little sister can move in.
I don't know, Erica. Adam hasn't exactly been acting rationally since the murder.
Trust me, this is definitely going to work out to be a win for you. And he's going to be back at Oak Haven by tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to let you buy me a celebratory drink ahead of time.
I'm starting to wonder if you're a team player here.
What are you talking about?
We have an indictment, and you're out there wasting time on other suspects.
My job is to uncover all possible evidence, leave no stone unturned with no personal agenda.
Your job is to stay focused on getting what I need to convict the guilty party.
If I don't run down every possible lead, the defense will use that against you in a courtroom.
I'll stay out of the courtroom battle planning, Hubbard. Let me worry about what the defense may or may not do.
Fair enough. Then you stay out of my investigation.
Dig harder. Uncover more evidence against Kendall Slater. We don't have enough now by half. That's all you should be concerned with.